Coming up now on Animal Outtakes, they aren't your ordinary dog. These dogs, you could say, are superheroes. They are trained as guide dogs, helping individuals that are visually impaired.
We trained in revolving doors, we trained in escalators and elevators, all kind of stuff, and he's just a rock star.
We're visiting the Southeastern Guide Dog campus to see how these tiny puppies get trained to become life-changing dogs.
I have to give him direction and give him commands, and he knows about 40 of them.
And I got a chance to see how it works. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Hello and welcome to Animal Outtakes. I'm Marcia Panucci, and this is my best friend, Zeus. For me, there's no denying dogs are our best friends. They are intelligent and provide us with unconditional love. But service dogs go to a step above. These dogs play a vital role in helping to make a person with a disability function better. And at Southeastern Guide Dogs in Palmetto, Florida, raising and training these exceptional dogs is what they do. We're here at Southeastern Guide Dog in Palmetto, Florida. How many years has this gem been here?
So we were created in 1982. So we've been around almost 36 years, but we're newbies still in the guide dog world. There's several schools out in the country that have been around since, one of them since 1929. So, but we are the only Southeastern school. So the closest school to us next would be New York area. So we've got it down here. We know
I guess
what we're doing.
Do. So tell us about the programs that are here. We know you have the puppy program.
Right. We have puppies. Our puppies are born and raised right here on our campus for the first 10 weeks of their life. And then we have a wonderful group of people called puppy raisers. Those are volunteer families that pick up a little puppy at 10 weeks old, take them home, and start to build a foundation to make them extraordinary dogs for the people that we're privileged to serve.
One of those people served, Susie herself.
Did you find the door? Good job! Okay, forward out.
She not only works at Southeastern, but is also a graduate. She was matched with her guide dog, Carson. But not every pup will become a guide dog.
They have several different careers they can choose, and we really do let our dogs choose what they want to do.
Do they?
We do.
How do you know what they want?
So we do assessments all along the way. We start our assessments at 9 weeks old. So we have some puppies that tell us at 9 weeks old, you know what, I really don't want to do this. And we say, okay, so what you want to do is be a pet for somebody, we're going to let you do that. And we do that all the way through their career. So when they come in as adults, we do what's called an IFT, or in for training assessment, where each dog is put into a room with different textures to walk on different sounds. There's a dancing zombie, there's a scarecrow, there's an umbrella that's opened in front of them, and what we're asking them is, how do you feel about all this? And some dogs will say, yeah, no problem, I can handle all of this. When some dogs will say, you know, that scarecrow is really scary and I'm not sure I want to be around him, and that may tell us that the dog's confidence needs some work. But we ask them all those questions all the time. So once we put a harness on them, some dogs will say, I don't like the way that feels, and they won't move. That's probably not going to be the right career for them to have a harness on, because we never want them to do something they're not happy doing.
And how are you funded?
We are funded privately, by private donations, by our community foundations. We take absolutely no government funding, and we have a very generous community. We'd like to add to that, but for me, being a recipient of the services, like, we don't charge any of our students for any of the services. Had Carson come with a bill, I would not have been able to get him.
And training of these dogs is a team effort. From the staff of a little more than 100 people to more than 750 volunteers. Everyone is doing their part. Would you say Southeastern Guide Dog is the place to apply?
I'd say it's the best place. You know, what we see with our wonderful volunteers is they sometimes come for the puppies and then stay for the people, because they get to meet our graduates. They really get get to understand that it may be them doing laundry in the puppy academy, and there's a lot of laundry when it comes to puppies. And they may have done laundry, but what they really did was help nurture a puppy to save somebody's life, like for me, to save my life. And they didn't know they were doing that, but they got to see it at the end. And you know, we invite our volunteers to come to graduations to get to full circle, to see that the fruits of their labor made somebody's life better.
More than 200 puppies are born at Southeastern Guide Dogs every year, but only about 40% have what it takes to become guide dogs. These dogs are trained to assist those people who are blind or visually impaired. It is a process that involves lots of training, and it starts right when the puppies are born.
Everything has a purpose here. For this, it may just look like we're playing with puppies, but they're traveling over different items, they're scooting around the room, different things are touching them, so it all has a purpose. It's purposeful play.
It looks like the school bell has rung. This litter of puppies are now in school and already learning some important skills.
We are in the preschool classroom of the whelping and neonatal area. So puppies here, they stay with their moms until they're 6 weeks old. So these puppies are about 5 weeks old. So this classroom, as you can see, there's a lot of different things around the room. So puppies, we want to make sure that we expose them to different sights, different sounds, things that make noise. So everything here has a purpose for their future. So these guys may look like little tiny, cute little bundles of joy, but they're going to change somebody's life one day.
What primarily is the breed that you are using?
For our breeding colony, we have mostly Labrador retrievers. And we also have a few golden retrievers in our colony as well. And we do breed them together, to a few of them, to have goldadors.
Now, why do you feel the retrievers are the best for the guide dogs?
So retrievers, they're very, very food motivated, and also they're biddable. And what biddable means is they want to work for you. They want to do what you want. So they're really good dogs for working dogs, for guide dogs and service dogs.
And from preschool, once the pups are 6 weeks old, they graduate and move on to kindergarten, and the learning continues.
So this puppy is working on a few things. So he's not trying to run at the end of the leash. He's very connected with me, and he's doing a very good job. So in puppy kindergarten, we build off of the skills they're learning in the whelping and neonatal area. So we take it to the next level. In this room, we have it set up for an education experience. So we have different things for them to climb on, different surfaces to get used to walking on uneven surfaces. We have some stairs. So what we're doing right now is a lot of impulse control, but the puppies learn how to walk on a loose leash. So they already have that skill before they go with their razor. Good job. So I think this puppy gets an A+ for this education segment here.
This is the way, Liz, to start a day, right? With a warm, cuddly puppy. Tell us who we have here.
So this puppy, we call the puppy purple. They have a purple colored collar that corresponds to their birth order. So actually, one neat thing about all of our puppies here, every puppy has a sponsor's name. So when they're matched with their raisers, they're assigned a name that one of our donors has paid a fee to name that puppy.
So do we have a name yet?
For this puppy, we don't have a name yet, but shortly they should be placed with a puppy raiser, and then they'll get a name.
Well, we'll just call you Loverboy right now. There is a science behind this. As much as we'd like to believe that it's the birds and the bees, it's a little bit more than that, isn't it?
It
to
is.
Get these beautiful puppies. Tell us what the process is.
It is. So for our dogs, we have our own breeding colony. So we have about 45 females and 15 males in our colony. So those dogs are the best of the best. They're the dogs that have astounding health and temperament, also their genetics, and we also have complete records of their pedigree. So we have information far back, at least 5 generations on all of our dogs. So we're really selecting on the best dogs to continue in our program. So our breeders, we specifically pick them to breed together. So we choose their mom and dad for breedings, and then we have the puppies.
Now, you won't miss this one, will you, if I take it?
So we do all of our puppies go out to puppy raisers, so that's a specific volunteer role here. So actually we are always recruiting for puppy raisers. So a puppy raiser involves taking the puppy and training them their basic obedience, taking them out into new different environments to help them to prepare for their careers as working dogs.
About 250 puppies are born here at Southeastern Guide Dogs every year. And once kindergarten is complete, the pups are ready to go to their volunteer puppy raisers for about a year to a year and a half.
We know that you're raising them for a specific reason, but how hard is that to give up this puppy?
It is very difficult to give up a puppy, but to know that the puppy that you raised, you spent countless hours teaching them how to walk on a leash and go into different environments, to be able to see the outcome. And one of the special things here, when our puppies are matched with their handlers, the puppies, they have a puppy raiser day. So actually the puppy raisers get to meet their handler and say hi to their puppy again. So it's not a complete goodbye, and it's really rewarding for the puppy raisers to see just the completion of that whole year for their puppy to be placed with as a guide dog or service dog.
Stay with us. We'll find out the next step in guide dog training.
Every dog deserves a lifelong loving home. Dante's Den provides a pristine, comfortable haven for dogs that have been abandoned or surrendered by their owners. Every pup in our Joyful Dogs adoption program receives lots of love and attention, is properly immunized, spayed or neutered, and is in good health. Find your new furry best friend at Dante's Den. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES-DEN.
Welcome back. Now those puppies are with volunteer puppy raisers until the pup is about a year old. They then come back to Southeastern Guide Dog campus. And this is when the real training begins.
All right, so you're gonna grab the harness handle right here.
Okay.
You wanna keep your left arm nice and relaxed.
Do I want it this way or under?
Just like that, yep.
Okay.
You're gonna keep it nice and relaxed. Your thumb should kind of stay right there by the seam of your pants.
Okay.
That puts you not too far in front of the dog, not too far behind him, so he can guide you effectively. If he stops, you stop, and we'll figure out why he stops.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just kind of want to keep that harness handle nice and relaxed right there and follow it. If he goes left, you go left. He goes right, you go right.
All right.
All right, and I'll be right here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Oh, well, I'm trusting you, pal.
Putting on these special sunglasses, everything goes completely dark. And all my trust is in Bravo here.
Okay, so Bravo, let's go.
Tell him forward.
Forward.
Good boy. He's going to shoreline the left side of the sidewalk, which keeps you right in the middle, nice and safe from anything that might be on your right side. Good boy, good boy.
Now, I don't have much pressure on this at all.
That's okay. You just want to feel him kind of pull a little bit so that you can feel where he's going. And normally we match the pace of the dog to the pace of the person, but for this, we
Well, Bravo, you got a grandma here, so you need to go a little bit slower. Now, did we just kind of jog to the left?
This is a windy sidewalk, so he's following it pretty good. Good boy, good boy, good boy.
Alice, that was the most amazing feat that I think I've ever done, and I truly depended on Bravo for this. The training must be phenomenal. How long does it take you to get a dog like Bravo to that point?
To this point, he's only been in training for about a month. So he's learned most of the basics, but not everything. The full training is about 5 months. So he's about a little less than halfway through.
Now, do you train every day?
We train Monday through Friday, and the dogs get trained at least every other day, sometimes every day, depending on what we're doing.
And what is the length of that training?
About an hour to 2 hours, depending on what we're doing for the day.
Do they know that they're doing something serious, that they're working, and then they go out to be a puppy? Or do they kind of get it a little mixed up?
They usually know when the harness goes on, they're in work mode, and working is fun. We try and keep it as fun as possible because we want them to enjoy their job just like we enjoy our jobs. So we keep it fun, lots of positive reinforcement, but they know when the harness is on, I'm working. He's shoreline in the left side again, keeping I think he's a good boy. He's doing great so far, but you never know. That's why we keep him in training. We've got to get out and about and see kids, different situations. We go everywhere, so the mall, Publix, Tampa, St. Pete, make sure nothing bothers him. We're looking for very specific dogs and guide dogs. They have to be good with everything and not react inappropriately because the person can't see.
Now, when you have them out in the public, you know, those of us that are dog lovers, you know what we're going to do. Oh, this is so cute. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Yeah.
This is not allowed. Is that correct?
That is right. If you see a working dog with their harness on or a vest on, it's hands off, and talking to them is a distraction as well. So even though they might be laying at a table, they're still working. They have to ignore everything that's going on around them. They have to ignore the food on the ground and everything like that. So when you walk up and distract them, they may be actually focused on something, and you're taking away from that from their handler.
One of the unbelievable feats I feel that he did was, as we were walking, he all of a sudden stopped. And then you said that there was a curb into the street that we drove in on. I mean, to me, this is marvelous because I have a puppy at home that would probably continue to dash.
Right.
You said that there's about 5 months of training that are going to go into Bravo. At that point, what happens, and is he going to make it?
Well, I don't know for sure if he'll make it, but in about 4 months, we will have done everything we need to for training. He'll have done a final blindfold with me, spotted by the director of training, which will be a route he's never done, and it encompasses everything I've taught him. So we kind of see, can he hold up to me being completely blindfolded in this new environment and do his job? And so after that, we start looking at files of people who are waiting and see if we can't match him to somebody who's waiting in the file to get a dog.
And on his off time, is he a puppy?
He's very much a puppy. He loves to play with toys and his friends, and he has a great time.
Well, Bravo, maybe we'll check back with you in 5 months.
Yeah.
Becoming a guide dog isn't for every dog. Some choose different paths of work, like becoming a service dog or a therapy dog. And some choose just to be dogs. Coming up, the bond between Susie and her guide dog, Carson.
Many active duty servicemen and women face a dilemma as they prepare for deployment. Who will look after their canine companion until they return? Dante's Den provides temporary boarding for their dogs as they serve. We honor the trust placed in us by members of the armed forces by giving their furry friends loving care, spacious dens, on-site veterinary care, and plenty of room to run and play. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES-DEN.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Vision loss can affect those who are young or old. And those who have a guide dog, they'll tell you their lives have been transformed since their dogs came into their lives. It's a bond like no other.
Find the door out. Did you find the door? Good job! Okay, forward out.
This is the man of your life, right?
This is it. And my husband knows that too, that my husband's secondary to my dog, and that's okay.
How long have you been with Carson?
We were matched September 7th, 2011. So we're almost 7 years into our relationship.
And how's it going?
It's perfect. It's more perfect than any relationship I've ever been in with a human, that's for sure.
Susie, tell us why Carson needed to come into your life.
So I was an athlete growing up. No idea that vision loss was even a possibility. And when I was 27, I was diagnosed with a rare eye disease called Stargardt's disease. And it affects my central vision. And in fact, it's taken away my central vision. So as I look at you, I can't see you. But I fought being blind. I wanted to be able to see, and I wanted people to think I could see, because if they looked at me and they knew I was blind, I thought that meant that I was damaged. So for several years, I fought the typical path someone who's visually impaired takes. I didn't want to train with a cane. I surely didn't want a guide dog, because if a cane told people that I was damaged, a dog was going to scream it. So I actually came to Southeastern Guide Dogs through an internship before I got a guide dog, because I didn't want one. So I came here to Southeastern and I worked as an intern, and then I started working in the kennels with the dogs. And all along the way, people would say, "Why don't you have one?" So it took the CEO asking me that question for me to really sit back and think about it. I was an idiot for not getting him 8 years earlier than I did, because once I got him, I became a different person. I became a happier person, somebody who, hi Bubby, somebody who will travel. I travel all alone because I have a dog who keeps me safe. I'm a people person now, which I never was in the past, because people want to talk to me about my dog and what he means to me, and I'm happy to share my story with them.
We've watched him with you. He's a worker, as all the other dogs are here. They're workers. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You know, for me, having dogs my whole life, I never understood the concept of a working dog, but he thrives in working. When I pick the harness up and I say, "Harness up, let's go," he's wagging his tail, he's excited. When I take the harness off, he's like, "Oh, okay, we're done."
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, without knowing how he thinks, I think he loves the responsibility of my life in his four paws. And to watch him work, my husband always kind of falls back when we're out and about, and I always say, "Why are you walking behind us?" And he said, I'm just in awe of his work and the thought process, because my husband can watch him actually looking around for harm. Like, is there an obstacle coming? Is there an overhang? Is there traffic? And he can watch him think like that. That is amazing to me. So one of the things that we teach our graduates, our students here, is that the bond needs to be with them only. So everything wonderful in Carson's universe comes from me. I feed him, I bathe him, we get in the pool together. Anything he wants, he gets from me, because he needs to understand I'm the one he's responsible for.
Is he spoiled?
Very.
Oh, good, good. You've done a good job then.
We don't call it spoiled, we call it well-loved.
Oh, yeah. Now, we can't help but notice he's 8 years old.
Yeah.
And we have seen you so many times in the past, and we kind of feel like we've grown up with Carson. He has a few years left to be your guide dog.
He does.
And then what happens to Carson?
This one's tough. He is my first guide dog, so he's allowed to work until he's 11, and in fact, he has to retire on or before his 11th birthday. And we do that here at Southeastern because they deserve some retirement years. You know, I don't want to work till the day I'm gone, and my dog doesn't deserve that. He's done enough and been loyal enough to me that he deserves to be spoiled even more once he's retired. But
he's going to be spoiled by you.
He will be. The bond will transfer, however. When I take his harness off, sorry, for the last time,
he becomes your pup.
He becomes my husband's pet. My husband will feed him and bathe him and do everything wonderful in his world, because then he'll transfer his bond to my husband. And when I pick the harness up, he's always going to want to go. But eventually the couch is going to look a lot better, and that's going to be his decision. And he will tell me when he's ready to retire. I would rather be blind with my dog than fully sighted without him any given day of my life.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
We are in the puppy kindergarten kitchen. So as I say, this is command central for all of our duties behind the scenes. So making food for the puppies. So as you know, puppies gotta eat. So we have a lot of food here, as you can see, a lot of bags of food. So the puppies here, they eat 4 times a day until they're 8 weeks old, and then at 8 weeks old, we decrease their food amount to 3 times a day. So each puppy, they get different amounts based on their age. So as you can see here, we have a food board that goes through all of their food amounts based on their litters. So some puppies might be getting 4 meals a day, other puppies will be getting 3 meals a day.
If you would like more information on Southeastern Guide Dogs or to learn how you can volunteer, check out their website, guidedogs.org. We hope you had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. Zeus and I will be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching.
You don't typically walk this fast, but he knows he's getting carrots. So Lisa's his second favorite person here. I'm his first, and then of course she's his second.
I was going to say, wait a minute, who's first?
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps. 2, 3, 4. Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making the connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.